Penuel. I heard people God Penuel. The caption is God Penuel. I'm not saying God Penuel. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Penuel calls MacG out for attacking Sia right after costing Saul Phenduka and his job at Kaya 959 and not take accountability.
It's upsetting. The hypocrisy now, yeah, MacGyver, is MacGyver is currently being sued by Mini Dlamini. He's being sued for things that he said.
Oh.
Saul Phenduka has been collateral damage because KFM has fired him by association.
Okay.
But the energy that he had for Osia, I don't see that energy to be like, Saul, I'm so sorry, bro. It's my fault that you are fired from Kaya FM. It's my fault that you're losing money. It's my fault that you're dealing with reputational damage. It's my fault.
I mean, I have multiple things to say. I mean, I know we're just 30 seconds in, but I have multiple things to say. First of all, we don't know if they actually had this conversation in private. It doesn't mean they should have this on the podcast. Maybe they had this conversation. Maybe McG went to Saul and be like, "Yo, bro, sorry I cost you your job. Uh, sorry I cost you a job at the ouch my leg. Sorry I cost you a job at Kaya FM." And another thing, to be fair, Saul Phenduka wouldn't be in a position to be able to get that Kaya gig if it wasn't if he wasn't part of the network of MacG to begin with. That is just my assumption. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's just a fair assumption as people we can make. Although it might be MacG's fault that Saul Phenduka lost that gig by Kaya FM, but I don't think he would have got that gig if he wasn't part. It wasn't because of MacG and his network, right?
As MacG. And that reputational damage, that 2.5 million lawsuit, whatever potential reputational damage of the podcast and chill network, which is not just the Mini Dlamini case, but other cases, Amanda DuPont, certain things I think they said about transgenders, and that affects all the people that work at
But what did they say about the transgender, bro? That did they get sued for that? Wrong. Maybe that's why I don't make it in this. That's why maybe my YouTube doesn't make it. I say a lot of shit. I say a lot of. I have no filter. I have no filter. I think maybe I've gotten better within the years, but the things I've been saying when I started this YouTube channel, oh my god, I've been saying some wild stuff, bro. I'm definitely gonna get cancelled for sure. If I ever make it, this YouTube becomes popular, maybe started getting more views. I don't think I'm gonna last very long.
podcast and chill. They can't make money. Brands walk away. The reputational damage and. But that energy is not there. But now when it affects MacG personally, when it affects people that he cares about personally, he feels he's in his right now to go and attack Usia, who's with the greatest emotional intelligence and maturity, trying to take the hits, apologizing where he can, trying to give the facts, and even asking, how can I make this better? Please give me advice. But he's just being met with hostility and, yeah, dog, but it's you, but it's you're not even taking accountability. It's like, but why do you think he's here? He's here to take accountability. He's here to listen. And anywhere where he was wrong, where he maybe didn't call a meeting in time, he didn't read.
I mean, to be fair, that was a very good question. I think there was a clip that I reacted to about this Alabunga. If you don't know Sia is the guy who was presenting these Alabunga program and whatever to all the content creators, and then obviously Sima got banned, and other content creators were getting backlash from the public and stuff like that, right? And then he went to make G's podcast, and they were talking about whatever. I think the question that was very smart or good that everyone I saw couldn't even answer. Although people were mad, and I understand the people's frustration, were like, "See, it's your fault," and whatever, right? I think he asked a good question. He asked them like, "Guys, now that I'm here, what can I do to make everything better?" And I don't think anyone said anything. They were just quiet. All they did was all they wanted to do was just like attack him, and I understand why they would attack him because out of frustration, but none of all of them had a solution what would they do if they were in in his position, in his shoes at that moment.
Reach out to the influencers. He's willing to learn and listen and apologize and do things better, but you're not allowing him that courtesy. It 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 it, it really frustrated me. Shout out to Sia. Shout out to Mustafa. Saul Phenduka didn't say much, but most of it was sober. Um, the influencers need to introspect. They need to be honest about where they went wrong. And then last but not least, man, there's an episode on Black Mirror that I always reference. Black Mirror on Netflix. Hated by the nation.
Bruh, this guy is always referencing Black Mirror. It's not the first time I hear him talk about Black Mirror, bro. It's not the first time.